Good morning, everybody. Today is Saturday, January 10th, my first card sketch of the year for 2026. And I think it's going to be a really wow kind of card sketch. But before we get into that, let me explain a couple of things. Today, through the end of January, as long as they last, as long as they're in stock, you can get the fabulous sayings for the product of the month of January. You get this stamp set for $5 when you spend $75 or more in a single order. And let me tell you, I love these greetings. These are just so fantastic to use for any type of card, thank you cards, just thinking of you, birthday cards, just wanting to send somebody some extra love. So this is a fabulous deal. For $5, you can get this entire stamp set when you purchase $75 or more. All right, the second thing that is going on with Stampin' Up! Is bonus days. That is where, between now and the end of January, for every $50 that you spend, you will be eligible to get a $5 coupon. Now, let me remind you, you have to save that coupon. It will come in an email. Do not lose that email, because if you do, you're cheating yourself out of that $5 coupon to get off of your order. You need to redeem those coupons between February 3rd and February 28th. You can earn them between January 6th, so now, and February 2nd. Just make sure that you have a valid email address that they can send that email to you on the codes that you've got for your bonus days, okay? So those are two really important things that are happening now in January. The third thing is, and I know I'm probably late in all of this, but life happens. This is our new mini catalog, and it runs from January to April of 2026. It is filled with tons of beautiful products. Some of them you have to see in person before you can get the full effect of it. But they've got Easter, they've got Valentine's Day. I love this paper, which is from the Exploring Nature, or it's called Nature Walk. Some just great masculine papers. Even for feminine cards, you can accent with those. Scrapbooking pages. Just tons of products that are in this catalog that you can purchase. Valentines, I don't do many Valentines, and I had some paper pumpkin kits, so I've used those up this year. One of my goals is to get all my paper pumpkins caught up. Don't know if that'll happen, but I'm going to work on that. This is a beautiful wedding set. It comes with some gorgeous gold inlaid paper, and then the sentiments or the stamp sets that come with it. So really, really nice. Also on page, if I can find it here, I should. Where is it at? Let's see. I'm trying to find the page that has, here's some templates on page 17 for some cards, tags, and scrapbook pages. I don't know if they have any more out there or not. But anyway, if you are one of my customers and you've purchased from me in the last year or half year, then you were sent one of these. If you did not receive it, please contact me via email so that I can check on getting you one. I had them done and mailed out from Stampin' Up. So, and I know my postal system is not that great, and so therefore I have not received the one that I sent to myself to see who or when they were going to be received by my customers. All right, so let's get into today's card challenge. I want to remind you that if you do use this card sketch, please take a photo of it and send it to me either via email, or you can post it directly out there on my Facebook page, Suzie Q Stamping. There is a group that's private, and it's called I think it's Sketch Challenged or something like that. But anyway, it's a private group so that you can rest assured that if you're sending that to somebody and they're on Facebook, they're not going to see their card before you mail it to them. I just like to see what everybody creates. It helps me to stay motivated. Just like you all need ideas, I also need ideas. So I'm out there all the time searching for new layouts, new designs, ways to work with the paper and all of that. So let's get started today. This is the sketch card that we're going to do today. So let me read you the directions. You're going to start with an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of paper and then score it at 4 1/4. You're going to have a layer that is 4 by 5 1/4, and that's this white layer, so it's the matte. Then you're going to have a layer that is 3 by 3 1/4. Okay, that is what she's calling this blue layer here. It's actually an old in color. I don't remember what it is. Then you'll need a layer that is 2 3/4 by 3, a layer that is 4 by 2 3/4, another layer that is 2.5 by 3 3/4, and then your sentiment. All right, so let me show you the stamp sets that we're going to use today. We are going to be using stamps out of the Banner Sayings. This is an online exclusive right now, and you can get it as a bundle for $59. I don't remember. Anyway, right now the punch is unavailable, but the stamp set is available for $17. But the punch punches out 3 different banners, and these sentiments fit on those banners. So that's an awesome, awesome thing. But if you don't want to wait until January 26th to get the bundle, go ahead and order your Banner Savings now, or your Banner Sayings now. All right, so we're going to be using that stamp set. The other stamp set that we're going to be using for some inside stamping is the beautiful butterflies. It is on the last chance list. Okay, so the bundle is not last chance. I mean, it is, but it's not discounted. But go out there and check out the beautiful bundle of the beautiful bees are bothering me today. Beautiful butterflies. You can get this bundle for $59.25. So that helps you because you would earn $5 in your bonus days, and you'd be very close to your $75 order to get that free stamp set. All right, so let me get started here. Stay tuned till the end because I have 2 more examples, excuse me, of this card sketch for you. So here is our card base. This is the layer that measures the 4 by 5 1/4. Now this is wild wheat and it is a discontinued color. However, the paper coordinated with it, and I still had a few sheets, and I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and use it up. One of my goals for 2026 is to use what I have. Now, I'm going to still be buying some new product because I can't pass that up, but I have to start using some of the supplies that I currently have. So you may see videos with discontinued paper or discontinued stamps. All right, so those are those 2 layers. Then we have our 3 by 3 1/4 matte, and our 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Nope, not 2 3/4. 2 3/4 by 3. Those 2 pieces will get layered together. Then we have our 2 3/4 by 4 inch matte, and a piece of Designer Series paper that is 2.5 by 3 3/4. So that's going to get layered. And then, of course, we have our inside piece, which is basic white, and that is 4 by 5 1/4. Easy sketch card to put together today, ladies. So I'd love to see what you are working on and what you create with this. So the first thing we're going to do is just lay down my mat And I'm using my Stampin' Seal Plus to do that with. So I'm going to lay this down on the front of my card. So there's that part. We'll go ahead and layer these pieces. And I believe, I don't remember what the name of this paper is, but I thought it was so pretty. It's Charming something. Don't remember, and I've put my packet away. And then I'm going to layer this piece. Okay. I am going to be recording sketches, and I will be posting them on Saturdays for Saturday sketch cards. I'm starting to pre-record things so that I don't have to do it at the last minute. So I've used my banner punch, which is called the 3 banner punches. And I have punched out a little banner, and we are going to stamp on that little banner a greeting from that banner sayings. And it says, wishing you good times. Oh, good things. I'm sorry. Wishing you good things. See if I can get this stamped without getting my head in the camera. Okay, wishing you good things. That didn't turn out quite so good. I think my pretty peacock, which is the color I'm using now, needs to be re-inked. Wishing you good things. That's much better, much darker. Okay, and then on the inside, we're going to stamp Time to Celebrate, and this comes from the beautiful butterfly set. I love the font on this. Excuse me. Time to Celebrate. And then I'm going to be using the small happy birthday from that banner sayings. And I'm just going to put happy birthday down here at the bottom. That way it gives me some room to write a personal message. Then I'm going to come in with my Wild Wheat ink. I don't know about you ladies, but I keep all of my inks. I don't get rid of any of them. Not that I need to keep them all, but I do. Simply because you never know when, excuse me, when you're going to use them. Because I have so much discontinued paper, my inks still coordinate. So I'm going to stamp my butterfly, and I'm going to stamp it off and use the 2nd generation for it so that it makes it a little bit lighter. Wild Wheat was one of those colors that was a very bold color. So we're going to stamp it off, and we're just going to stamp another partial butterfly up there like that. So that is the inside of our card. Now to assemble all of this, which will not take very long at all, we're going to put our middle in. So I'm really hoping that 2026 is going to be a much better year for Suzie Q's. Last year was rough when I lost my mom. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to take this piece, and we're just going to kind of lay it out here and see where we want our placement at. And I think that looks pretty good right there. So we're going to put this piece down. So I am not going to concern myself a lot with technical issues, and that's why I'm going to videos and Instagrams, because I can pre-record those things and not have to deal with technical issues when I am live. It's not to say that I won't go live. It's just I'm not going to be on a schedule necessarily. So here is my top piece for that. And I am going to use some dimensionals on my greeting. Yes, I read somewhere that postage is going up again. Lovely. I mean, I think the post office is just going to put us card makers right out of business, right? I mean, it's absolutely ludicrous, especially when you don't get your mail when their informed delivery says you will. But that's another tangent, and we're not going to go there today. So here I am going to put on here, wishing good things. And we're going to put that right at the bottom. I am using some retired gems. Like I said, 2026 is going to be all about using up my stash that I have, because I have to make room for new stuff, right? So we're going to put a gem there. And we're going to put a little gem there. And another large gem we're going to put down here at the bottom. And there you have it, ladies. A very simple sketch card showing off the designer series paper, using up what you have in your stash, and then using your inside stamps and things to decorate your card. So there you have the sketch card for January 10th, 2026. This is the first sketch card in my series of Sketch Saturday. So anyway, thanks for watching. Y'all have a great weekend. See you next Saturday. Bye.